This is easily one of the funniest rom-com books I have read to date. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is BME Queen, and today I'm going to be giving you a full review on the book The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. In this review, I'm going to be telling you my ease of read rating, my enjoyability rating, some few takeaways that I got from the book, and then make sure you stick around to the end of this video to see my overall rating of this book. The ease of read rating that I would give this book would have to be a 4 out of 5, and that's because it is just such a fun read. Can't not have fun reading this book. Let me tell you, I read half of this book in Barnes & Noble and I was laughing so loud that people were coming up to me and asked me what book I was reading. It was that funny. I recently did a review on their other book called My Favorite Half Night Stand, and because it was so funny, I decided I was gonna read The Unhoneymooners. It's pretty easy too. I think I posted a TikTok about me reading the book and some people said that they didn't like it because it had different like text bubbles because they were texting in the book. I really enjoyed the text bubbles, so I don't know why people were so thrown off by that, but I do think the book was pretty easy to read, something you could take to the beach or on vacation with you. My enjoyability rating is going to be a 5, and I never give books a 5 enjoyability rating. Like, what? This was so funny. It was so funny. It's like watching a rom-com but just having it in a book. While I was reading it, I was telling my friend about it, and as I was talking about it, they were like, wow, this would be a really great movie because it is just so funny. By the way, if it were a movie, I would have Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston play the main two characters because they are absolutely hilarious. If you've seen their movies on Netflix, let me know in the comments below, but these two will be the perfect characters for this book. So let's get into what the book is actually about. The book starts out with introducing you to the main character, who is the unlucky twin. She is simply the twin that has the worst luck. She always has something like bad that happens to her, and she's just known in her big Hispanic family as being the unlucky one. Whereas her twin sister, and they are identical twins, by the way, that's important, but her twin sister is very lucky. So she wins just about every competition, every sweepstakes, every contest, and she ended up winning almost a free wedding. She ended up winning so many free things for her wedding, including the dress, the bouquet, the buffet, everything. And the main character, whose name is Olive, the unlucky sister, goes to her sister's wedding and is forced to walk down the aisle with her arch nemesis, who also happens to be her future brother-in-law's brother. So she does not like him and he does not like her. They have this really bickering rivalry that happens all the time in every interaction since the day that she met him. And they are paired together to walk down the aisle, and then they also have to do speeches at the wedding as the best man and the maid of honors. He gives his speech and it is glorious and everyone loves him and he's just so charming. And then she gets up to give her speech, and then all of a sudden everyone starts projectile vomiting. The entire wedding party gets sick except for her and her arch nemesis. Because her sister is very, very lucky, she enters the sweepstakes to win a free honeymoon in Maui, and she actually wins it. However, the trip is non-refundable and non-transferable, so she cannot go because she has really bad food poisoning from her own wedding, and so does her groom. Instead, the lucky twin offers for her unlucky twin, Olive, the main character, to go on the honeymoon in her place, pretending to be her. The groom invites his brother, her arch nemesis, onto the honeymoon with her. They end up going on this honeymoon for 10 days in Maui, an all-inclusive, really nice resort vacation, even though they absolutely despise each other. This book was so funny. There are so many little bickerings that happen. They bicker a ton, but they also have a lot of really funny banter where they're like calling each other names, and it's like very like petty but also really hilarious scenes that happen in this story. One of the main takeaways that I got from this book is that love finds you in very mysterious ways, mysterious and unexpected ways. She hated this guy. You can only imagine what happens in the book, although I will not tell you. But she hated this guy, and she was not all that crazy about his brother either, his brother that was marrying her sister, but she went along with it for the sake of her sister. But because she goes on this vacation, she starts to realize that love is actually all around her, and not just within her family, but within romantic sense and also in a collegiate sense as well. She starts to realize that she also is the creator of of her own journey, which I think is so powerful, because up until this point she sees herself as the unlucky sister, as the bad things always happen to her and the good things always happen to her sister. But at one point in the book she realizes that she actually is the creator of her own reality, and that she was the person who labeled herself as the unlucky sister. No one else ever said that, she just said that it was, and then because she started to say it and started to believe it, it became true. She started to see all of the bad things that happened in her life, when in reality there were so many good things that were also happening at the same time in her life. Luck is truly a mindset, so when you believe that good things are always happening to you, or good things are always finding you, or that you are a really lucky person, it starts to happen for you. I relate to this personally because my friends and previous co-workers always said that I am the luckiest girl. Like, crazy things happen to me and I am just so lucky. A lot of really great things happen to me. Like, I will be in Target and they will give out free samples of a product, so I'll get free samples at Target. Or I will be in line at Dunkin' and the person behind me will pay for my food and I get free coffee or, you know, hash browns or something for the day. There are always really positive things happening to me, and the reason why I think those things happen is because I believe that it can happen for me and that it's going to happen for me. Whereas some of my friends think that those things never happen to them, and because they think that way, those things don't actually happen. Luck is really a mindset, and it's what you put into it. If you believe that you're lucky and that good things are coming, good things will come and good things will happen. The other major takeaway that I love from this book is that sometimes the person that you should be with isn't the person that you think you should be with. Sometimes we think we know what we want, and then we meet someone that is absolutely the opposite of what we ever think we would want in life, and it turns out that they are the perfect person for us. In the beginning of the story, she hates this guy. By the end, she feels a little bit different about him, without me giving away the ending. It's really interesting to see how their dynamics play out, and then also how they start to learn how to get along, because they are so completely oppositely different, and they really have almost nothing in common other than the fact that his brother and her sister are getting married. And I think that's really interesting because I've actually read a few self-help books where author has spoken about how we think we know what we need, and we think we know what we want, and we think we know what will make us happy. But in reality, we actually have no idea, and all of our perceptions are based on our past and all of our previous experiences. I think it's really interesting this plays out in the book, and you can see how she thinks she knows what she wants in a partner. It turns out that he is the exact opposite of that, yet they still end up getting along pretty well. We have now made it to the overall rating of the book, so thank you guys for sticking around. Overall, I would give this book a 4.5. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was absolutely hysterical. Again, people in the Barnes & Noble were stopping me to ask me what book I was laughing at so hard, so clearly I made a great choice by picking up this book in the first place. The only reason I wouldn't give it 5 stars is because I thought the ending was kind of drawn out just a little bit, but it did come together really nicely at the end. So I think they could have ended the book a little bit sooner than what they did, but other than that, this book was absolutely phenomenal. If you like this book review and you want to see more, let me know by dropping a yellow heart in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.